Happy Friday to the internet computer family. Much love to you guys, for showing tremendous amount of love. Apologize, I wasn't able to give you guys an update last night, but again, we're back just a few hours later. Let's take a look at what's happening with the price of internet computer and, of course, what we could be expecting. So, starting off Friday, November 7th, we're seeing a beautiful, beautiful day. And today, there is something to be looking at closely because if you're noticing a lot of altcoins are up tremendously. Fetcoin is up 90%, Caspa 20, Near Protocol is picking up, Pyth Network, Filecoin. So the question now is, was the $100,000 price point the bottom? Obviously, we still need to be looking for confirmation, but we'll show you what ended up happening, which is causing so much green across the board. But as far as ICP is concerned, up 6.9% on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, 153%, and of course on the monthly up 65.6%. And only a few coins are up that much on the monthly time frame. Internet computers price $7.50, up 6% on the Bitcoin side of things. Valuation at $4 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at 1.37 billion. What's going on with internet computer at this point? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to share my personal thoughts as always. Before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So internet computer has taken the market by storm, but we're going to touch a little bit more on that once I pull out the charts. Take a look at the dominance. This is something you don't want to ignore. Look what has happened with the dominance. A major, major pullback. You were sitting at 60.5%. We have seen quite a sharp pullback for the dominance, and that is a huge catalyst behind the move for altcoins today. Like I said, a lot of coins up double digits right now. Again, if you look at it on a monthly time frame, still a lot of red, but this is a great day in my opinion for for a while. But again, the only people that were able to take advantage of this were the ones that were dollar cost averaging in, right? The ones that were picking up these coins when there was so much uncertainty across the board. Only those are the ones that have won. Imagine people that were dollar cost averaging into Fetcoin, they're up 90%. That is absolutely insane. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin did exactly what I talked to you guys about in my last update. Remember how Bitcoin was sitting at about 104,000? I said, no, we're not buying it. We still could see more downside. We did come down to $99,200 price point, retesting where we were on November 5th, and we have seen an uptick. But the price of Bitcoin is nowhere near like the 23.6 or nothing, but yet you're seeing a lot of green across the board, and it goes back to what I said earlier. The dominance, Bitcoin dominance, pulling down the way it has, is the reason why we're seeing so much green across the board. Again, for Bitcoin, my overall analysis still stands. Yes, it's a great day. Again, if Bitcoin is able to get back in the 23.6 bare minimum level, then again, we could be having a different conversation. Obviously, we want to get back above our confirmation zone, but you want to see the dominance not just pick back up. You want to see the dominance continuing to pull down, and that would be a good sign. But let's take a look at what's happening with internet computers price right now. Shout out to the ICP family, for showing so much love. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Since we made the ICP update just a few days back, ICP's price has gone up tremendously. Obviously, I've been giving you guys daily analysis updates, but take a look at it for yourself. You know what? Let's kind of zoom out and see where we are. So, internet computer obviously is retesting some of the levels that we haven't seen since the beginning of the year. Now, this is where I even told you guys things could start heating up. But you could see for yourself, we didn't even retest the $9.85, but we came to $9 price point for internet computer. Volume sky high right now for internet computer. What's really causing this? A lot of people are saying this is a short squeeze, and people are getting more optimistic about internet computer now that there's no more unlocks happening. Tokenomics are much better, and this is something I highlighted to you guys a few days back, that tokenomics on internet computer are much better, like the best that if there have ever been in the history of internet computers existence. So now obviously you're seeing internet computers Computer really making some nice moves. You can see for yourself, we came up to $9 almost for the first time since the beginning of the year. And now we're being supported by the previous resistance. You can see for yourself, the previous resistance is playing as a support for us as of now. Let's take a look at Internet Computer on the hourly time frame so you guys can get a little bit of a better understanding. So look at this, this is where we retested the all-time, no, sorry, not the all-time high. What am I saying? We retested the November 4th, the monthly high at $6.58. We saw that retracement down to $4.68. Anyone that was able to, get in around this key range, dollar cost average in, you saw Internet Computer go up an additional 85%. This is complete madness. This coin has taken the entire market by a surprise because in the last 1 week alone, yes, in the last 1 week alone, ICP is up 210%, which is almost a 3.1x, 3.1x over the last week, which is insane. And right now, this chart is looking insane to me. Higher high, higher low. It seems to be like, it wants to, break out and start retesting double digit prices that we have not seen for quite some time for Internet Computer. Again, right now, what I would suggest, let's say you did get in around here and you're sitting at a 3x and you don't want to lose this profit, then again, you guys know the drill. Make sure you guys have an exit strategy or have at least stop losses in place so your profits don't get just gone if the price were to tumble towards the downside, because we need to understand there could be major whales or market makers that picked up Internet Computer early on, and you never know when they decide to say, you know what, it's time to sell. But right now, a positive thing for Internet Computer is that the volume is insanely high, that we have not seen it this much volume in a long time for Internet Computer. So right now it's still consolidating quite nicely. I am projecting $9.75 retest to happen for the first time since January of 20 of this year. So you could see for yourself that is a 30% move, and I think we could actually retest that. I know you guys are probably wondering right now, oh, Crypto ZX, the entire market is up 20, 30, some coins up 40%, but Internet Computer is only up 7.2%. The answer to that is take a look at the weekly time frame. Remember what I told you guys? Allocation from the profit could allocate to other coins. People that got in earlier, they're sitting at a 3xer. They might be like, you know what, it's time to look into a different project, and a project that has not performed as good as ICP. You could see that money going into that. But Internet Computer holding really strong right now. Very impressed with the way things are looking. And again, people are talking about whether or not Internet Computer could do what Zcash has done. You can never write things off in the crypto space, but with Internet Computer, there is a massive utility obviously behind it. Obviously still in the early stages in my opinion compared to its competitors. But again, could this really be the turning point? I still obviously need to look for confirmations. I do still believe that this is a short squeeze as well, and maybe or maybe insiders know something that we don't. Simply as that. But again, right now the target is $9. It's 83 cents key resistance. Might see a rejection at that key range because this is a resistance breaking above here. I think Internet Computer could really start moving up to $11 much quicker than a lot of people think. So again, I like what I'm seeing here. Let me know in the comments what you guys personally think. Where do you see the price of Internet Computer going? And let me know your thoughts down below. Like, what do you think is causing Internet Computer to move the way it has? Because right now, Internet Computer is sitting at the top 42 spot in the crypto ranks. But make sure your profit strategies are in place. Very important. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX and